Alright, let us continue our journey to Diamond 2 and beyond. One thing I wanted to check quick. What is my APM been? Looks like since getting to Diamond, we've kind of increased our APM by about 10. So, went from about 67 APM to about 75, 85 APM. Excuse me. So, seems like that's kind of the APM difference between Platinum and Diamond. It's about 20%. I still continue to try to win with the least amount of skill possible, focusing on build orders and fundamentals. We've slowly started adding a little bit more refinement to our build orders. Trying to hit a little bit better timings, a little bit more clearly defined. I think Diamond 3 Plus, we should start going for more race specific, or below Diamond, we're just doing the same build order for all matchups. Maybe Zergling a little bit different. Against this guy named Mountain Dew. Do the do. Ah. Alright, build a probe. Down here, we're not going to worry about any kind of probe micro until maybe like Masters 2 or something. I'm just going to keep on building probes. Gonna queue up another probe. Oh, not queue up a probe here. I want this guy. And we'll just scout after Gateway. So you queue up one more probe. Gateway will come out on 15, 16, something like that. And then we'll come back here to scout. Give a probe, hit chrono boost. That scouting probe is on 1, so that way I can select it again. I can press 1, 1 and go all the way around. Send them back here. Oh, this guy needs to go here. Accidentally got 2 gases. That's fine. We won't cancel it. Then we'll only make 1 more probe. We're not gonna fill up in probes like we did before. 1 on gas for now. We'll go ahead and make this nexus. Hotkey both nexi together. Make a probe. And go ahead and make this cybernetics core. Make a probe after cybernetics core. Then go ahead and make a pylon. Make a probe. Everything looking pretty good. This guy will come in. You can go straight to gas. When he comes in, it'll be different timing for everybody, depending on your build order. If you're copying me, then this will be the timing, because we don't really care about scouting just yet. What we care about, so now we're 16-3-3, rally down. We just care about is making sure our build order is the most important thing. If he wants to come Jesus, that's fine. Go ahead and block. Make some probes. We got 1 too many queued up. It's kind of fine, alright. We'll bring a guy down, make a stalker, and then we'll make a shield battery. Make sure we have probes coming out of both. This stalker is mostly our anti-Balin stock. Get a couple guys queued up. We're not chrono boosting probes right now, because that'll delay all of our tech. So we want to go for a faster timing. We can't really afford to chrono boost more probes. We'll make our Twilight Council. We can bring this guy back a little bit and hold the wall. The reason we're bringing him back is because the Banelings have splash damage. We don't want him to splash onto the dude. Now, once we get both of our techs up, that is our cue to make 2 more pylons. Let's keep making probes the whole time. The main reason for that is because our attack timing is on the robo facility, and robos eat up a lot of supply. See, these kind of finish roughly at the same time, and at the same time as this. So get this a chrono. We'll grab that, put only 1 chrono here. Focusing all our chrono boosts on this guy. I'm gonna cancel some of these guys because we only need 1 more to get 16. And then we'll start going ahead and start making our gateways. Put like 2 on, and then we're gonna check and make the immortal. Hit that with a chrono. Hit the fastest possible attack time with this robo. You want to chrono this non-stop. A couple more of these guys on. Right. And take a look. Every two gateways, I'm kind of taking a look. Can I afford more gateways? Letting the money creep up a little bit. Right. Alright, 2 more. We got 2, 4, 6, and 8 here. So we're pretty much good. Take the warp prism. Out the chrono. I'm going to make our 3 pylons before the attack. Warp in a couple sentries. We'll go ahead and make our Twilight Council for the future. Then we'll go ahead and make this 1 observer that we can stop. Right, we take everything that's not our sentry. Go ahead and warp in a little bit. These guys. Everything's looking good. This guy blocks the wall. And we're gonna head down to where he most likely expanded and take a setup position. And we'll put 3 more pylons. Don't have to worry about pylons for a little while. Alright, and then we go and attack 1A. Hopefully no too much micro is necessary. Right, we'll pull back a little bit. So the power of our attack is in these immortals. So we want the zealots to be in front of the immortals and protect the immortals. So 1A again. We'll start making a couple whatevers. I feel like I want to start doing force fields, but we can't, so maybe we'll put a couple force fields down. I am starting to micro a little bit more. It's hard to know exactly how much I should be microing these situations. We got these guys on our base, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and keep warping in. 1 of these guys here. Kind of want to bring him back, but we'll just kind of keep allowing the 1A to continue. I want to bring him into here, but that's fine. Maybe we run him away. Whenever we start getting into a lot more trouble with not being able to win from 1A, we'll start increasing the micro ability. Excuse me. Do-do-do. Bring these guys back. Bring these guys back. Back to my area. The Protoss army, it's pretty strong with overwhelming numbers, so you don't want to attack when your army is too small or too inefficient. So we just want to keep back and making more. Because like, if we get more Archons, you know, together, that'll be much more stronger splash damage. He's trying to micro more efficiently. And that's kind of what we want. We want kind of like a critical amount of Archons. These guys back. We'll go ahead and take an expansion. Because we're warping in Archons, so that allow us to kind of get away with taking other bases. I'm not even making any probes right now. Put 3 on him. 1, 2, 3 on this one. Excuse me. Alright, make some more Archons, make some more Zealots. Now I'll make a couple more probes. Maybe I'll make 1 sentry for the Guardian Shield. Start transferring some of these guys here. Maybe we can make 1 Stalker. Build that. I'll make sure we have plenty of this stuff going on. Looks like my observer died. Unfortunate. So we'll lead a little bit with the Archons. We have the Guardian Shield, so we'll go in here now. I'm just kind of let those I'm kind of eat those bios for now. Oh shit. Oh. Run these guys back. Oh, whoop. These guys are not. Lost control of them. Okay, good game. Not gonna worry about doing too many advanced micro tricks. I'm okay with losing some games here and there. I still don't know if I'm playing against Smurfs or not, so maybe when I get like, if I lose like 5 games in a row or something, we'll turn up the heat. That guy played pretty well. What matchup is this? Protoss. So I'll bring a probe to the front. So make a pylon here. Well, when this pylon is about, or when this probe is about half finished, you can pull a probe a little early if you want to get this gateway down on time. It's kind of about the timing for that. Excuse me. That's kind of how you want to like do optimizations in your build orders. Is use tricks like, you know, maybe like how far should this probe be done before I grab them, or something like using the clock, using how soon certain things are done. Chase him. like figure out what cues work for you to kind of figure out when certain things will be done on time. Like I see this is almost done, so we'll grab this probe, make the cybernetics core. You know, this guy's still chasing him, so we'll hotkey him to 1. Probably bring him back home. Right. This probe can rally out to make my second pylon. The the Oracle pylon, I like to call this one, or the secret tech pylon. Now we're all full here, so we'll just rally these guys here. You know. We didn't really see what he's up to, but oh well. Excuse me. I forgot to scout the opponent. Yeah, we want to bring a probe down to make our third pylon. This will be a little bit late. We'll have a tiny bit of a supply block, which is okay. But if we get supply block this early, we'll just go ahead and throw down this Nexus a little bit quicker. And then we want to cut probes to get this shield battery, because we are a little bit behind in our production of units, so we want to make sure we get the shield battery, which can stall for us. We want to get that shield battery back in home in case an oracle flies in, so he'll need at least 2 oracles to do any real damage. We can hit this with a safety chrono, which I'm gonna start recommending. And we want to back up pylon down here. We can start bringing these there's 4 random guys here down and make our Twilight Council. Once this is finished, we can go ahead and give ourselves a warp in. Oh. Wasn't paying attention, but we got like a phoenix. Okay, that's interesting. Kind of grab ourselves one gateway here at the faster warp in and get ourselves a warp in a couple guys. Try not let ourselves get baited out. We can take a little peek here. Everything's looking pretty good. We don't have quite the so charts could be a little bit more important than getting the immortals out. We don't have quite the gas. So now grab this pylon and we'll start making our whole bunch of gateways. So we got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we got all of our gateways. We got this thing. We'll go ahead and defend this. Grab the immortal. Make a couple more probes. We'll send this observer over here and plant him. Make my second probe, second immortal. Guess I'll make a couple more stalkers, because he's got some air. Now I want to make my 3 pylons. over here and attack. It's not going to have a whole lot of energy. Okay. So now, start moving across the map. Make sure our army's with our warp prism to protect it. We'll warp in a whole bunch here. Just keep making some probes while we're going. Maybe dodge these phoenixes. Best time to attack is when he brings the phoenixes in to our base. But we're not gonna wait that long. Just do this and 1A. Well, now he's in our base, so that's good. We're gonna bring our army up. A little bit of, tiny bit of micro here. Looks like he's bringing back the phoenixes. Go ahead and make Twilight Council or Templar Archives, because he can't lift Archons. Keep attacking. Keep A moving. Eventually he'll run out of energy. Can't kill everything. Good game. Score screen. Barcodes are one of the worst things ever happened to StarCraft 2. I don't think so. I don't really care who my opponent is, barcode or not. You should only really care about playing against a barcode if you're trying desperately to metagame the opponent. Otherwise, it really doesn't matter. And if you don't metagame your opponent anyway based on their playstyle, who cares if it's a barcode or not? Barcodes only exist because people don't want to be metagamed. And when you're playing like Diamond 3 and below, or when you're playing like Masters 2 and below, like who's metagaming you, right? Like, realistically, like anyone like 500 MMR below me, they can metagame me all they want. They're still not gonna win. Okay, so this was starting to, like, every time I lose, it makes me want to play better. You think micro is fine and dime micros have some micro to an extent, even if it's not particularly good. But yeah, you know. This was Zerg, right? Maybe I'll add in some very basic force field micro against Zerg. But who knows? We'll go ahead and get this little bit of a scout on. Hit that with a chrono boost. And we'll go ahead and make a gas. We'll not make the second gas this time. Just make one gas. 2 more probes. 1 probe into here. 1 probe to make our Nexus. Force field, target fire, and stuff like that. Yeah. I'm trying to keep things limited so that way hopefully everything does feel doable, right? Like we see like no expansion here. We see this over here. Any pulls to attack. So against 12 pull, you just go ahead and do this. You can do a full wall. And then just chrono boost this guy. You don't have to make any more probes. If he wants to do this, that's fine. We can make a couple more probes. Because we already have the probe lead. Bring him back. I'm gonna try a spine crawler rush. So we'll build 1 pylon up front here. Then you just want to make shield batteries here. actually. We'll make a couple of adepts. Make some shield batteries here. Wow, that was a lot more than I expected, but we got a little bit too eager. Too eager. Can you get out? Yes. I guess we'll cancel this and make our robo. Guess I need more gas than just one, huh? We'll go ahead and make another one. Hands are off the keyboard right now. Make it immortal. Maybe make some more. Dang. Put some guys here. You can probably cancel this one. Go ahead and make this expansion. Cancel this guy. We're gonna want to make a warp prism to get out. Got that guy down. Go ahead and make I guess make another immortal since we're able to kill that spine crawler. But yeah, it's all about the shield batteries, you know. And then we kind of want to go back into our build order. We get the charge tech. Go for the warp prism soon. Hopefully this is a easy thing to copy. An easy hold. We just full walled, you know, we made a bunch of shield batteries, so I went for this. Maybe I should have taken a faster gas or put guys on gas a little bit sooner, but you know, is what it is. We can put 4 of these guys down. Grab this charge, hit that with the 1 chrono. Go ahead and grab an observer. Take these guys here. Just drop these guys here. Take out and keep the warp prism protected. And I guess we can go ahead and just keep making immortals for the time being. And we'll go up to our 8 gateways. So we got 2 here. Oh, I need warp tech. Damn. Pick that with the chrono. 1, 2. No. That late warp tech is going to be 2, 4, 2, 4, 5, 6, and that's 8. Clean up this creep. This is where 2 base all-inning is really important, because a lot of these guys like to do a follow-up of like mass go straight into air. Alright, we'll grab a gas here because we went for the archives, right? And we'll be running out of minerals soon. And since we'll add 2 more gateways, because we're super late on our warp tech, we'll start moving out. because we are super late on our warp tech. Find a nice staging area. We'll wait for one more warp in. Start putting some guys on gas, so we can afford a lot more of these Archons. All Zealots now, but we'll eventually warp in some more. We'll go ahead and make 3 more of these. The nice thing about going Archons, if he does go into mutas, it'll the Archons will hard counter it. Right. An attack. Warp in some Zealots to protect my Archons while they're morphing. Yeah, this is pretty easy here. He doesn't even have a layer yet, so he probably wasn't going for the Yetis this fast. But pretty much to handle like any kind of this cheese, it's gonna be just make a whole bunch of shield batteries. A full wall's nice, and try not to get too bold with your first couple units like I did. Because one thing you have to realize is you already have a much higher income, and he has a lot of money invested on your side of the map, right? He's not making drones, so you will always have more probes, at least for the first part. It means you have more minerals mined, and then he has a lot of investment. So even if he does get a higher income than you eventually, you should still have less minerals lost. You'll have more minerals lost. He has to make up for, and hopefully you have a higher tech army. I feel like I'm sorry. Oh, damn it. Starting to. It's becoming harder to hold back. As my opponents are getting better, it's making me want to play better. Alright, go ahead and make this, and we'll go ahead and scout. So one thing we'll work on is keep an eye on the minimap, like we see something over here. That's usually indicative of a proxy hatch, right? I always kind of glance at the minimap, glance over here, glance at the minimap, you know, stuff like that. So against proxy hatch, you know, this will probably work against a lot of players because, you know, it's lack of minimap awareness. Let's take a quick peek somewhere. It'll probably come down somewhere. Maybe not. Alright, we'll go ahead and cancel this one. Go ahead and make this. Don't see anything too suspicious. Try to make this guy and send him back into gas. But we want to keep an eye out. So, like, look at the mini map. You know, take your second gas. I'm gonna take a look here and here. So this is always, of course, I'm assuming, you know, you guys see it. I'm gonna take this. It's starting to look more like a legitimate game. If I don't see any proxy hatch shenanigans, I'll just keep doing it. You know, everything looks good. Looks like he was just potentially taking a gold, but we'll just pretend we don't know he's taking a gold. So we don't really have a good spot. So we're gonna put a little bit off to the right here, because then we can put our shield battery here. Right, so it's kind of like a little bit of a repair of the wall, and he might not know that he can get in here and attack this. But there's also a big vulnerability to Banelings as well. Okay, we'll go ahead and make the robo facility. Alright, we have our anti-baneling wall here now. Everything's looking gooch. We made the row facility, now we can make our Twilight Council. You know, and when I decide to like make another building, I'm always making sure that I have probes, like making sure that I either queue up some probes or those probes have just popped and I have plenty of time. Then I drop this, right? So if you're ever wondering, like, how do I know when to drop stuff? I'm just kind of like making sure that I have consistent probe production, and then I do something, right? A lot of times I have my Nexus selected, and I'm looking around the mini-map, looking around over here, looking around my base, make one more probe over here, grab this, you know, we can grab this guy. They can look at, before, like, I grab this guy because I want to make gateways. Before I make gateways, I check, can I make this immortal first? Do I need to make the immortal first? Then I go ahead and make a couple gateways, then I check, look around my base, look at the mini-map, is everything looking good, right? Can I afford a couple more? Pop, pop. And then I see like, okay, I'm gonna watch my minerals, look at the mini map. I look over here, make sure I can build the warp prism because I don't have enough for warp prism into 2 gateways. I had to make a couple more gateways. Next thing I want to build is those 3 pylons, right? And I need this observer, so we'll go ahead and re-queue that up. And we'll make it over here, so that way you get vision of our base, you know? And in case he wants to like Nidus me, we'll go click over here. We're at 1633, everything looks good. We'll drop our Twilight, looking good. Hit that Chrono Boost. You know, grab these guys. Up warpins. This guy back into the wall. And we'll head to maybe like somewhere around here. Okay. Do a couple warp ins here. Warp in 3 more pylons. Right now I'm just doing the 3 and the 3. Just because you can see, like, realistically we can still afford it because our army is so cheap. But it really depends on your army composition, how much you warp in, when you warp in. But right now we're just keeping it simple. Alright, we'll come attack here. This is probably his 4th hatch. Unless he is really bad at macro. There's a lot of banelings there. This is, if you're a Zerg player at this level, I don't recommend doing the banelings. This is technically a high level attempt at a hold. But, usually you need more skill than this to be able to win with banelings. And right now we're still not, hotking or not chrono boosting our gateways, which is one thing that we could do. Right. And the reason why I'm going banelings to defend this stuff is considered high level is because you need to keep up on your injects. I really don't know how good Diamond 3 players are at injecting under pressure. So usually you can just win by bleeding them out. We won't even try to micro and split. You know, you shouldn't need to. Like at the higher levels you absolutely do, because their macro is just way better. But at the low levels, yeah, we're probably alright. Probably don't need to split. And we'll bring this closer. The Zealots split themselves anyways. Problem solved. I was tempted. I really did wanna split those. Rename. Get these renames. PVZ. Was this a win? Was it not? Did I lose this one? Let's take a look. This is my first game of the day, so let's take a quick peek. The first game was a loss, so we'll rename this one as a loss. Loss. What did we lose to? I guess we'll just put roaches. I forget if he opened up a cheesy or not, but we lost to roach. Here, PvP. This one was a win against Phoenixes. This was another win. PvZ. Win. Proxy. Hatch. This one was a PvZ win. Ling Bang defense. But one thing hopefully you guys are kind of seeing here is like almost every game that I've played was technically or literally against a different strategy, right? Like even these two Void Ray games are not the same. Like one of the Void Rays was like a proxy base and the other one was not a proxy base. Like there's no reason to get bent out of shape because one person might defeat you, might defeat your build. Because chances are that same person, at least at these lower levels, being able to like perfectly replicate the same thing against you is not the same, right? He might be trying to go for multiple different things. Additionally, like how often are you playing against the same person, right? So I've had plenty of losses in this little speed run. If you look at it, I lost 7 times. Like the micro that I wanted to do against those Banelings would have been to put the Archons in the middle of the Banes and use the sentries to force field the Banes and the Archons together. Would have been like the first micro trick I would have tried to do. And then when they charge, just kind of split the Zealots all about and try to surround your Archons. So that hopefully some of the Archons would pick up the damage. But yeah, like Zergling Baneling defense only really works if you have really good injects because they're very costly larva. And you gotta have like the perfect amount of drone saturation. Where am I going? This is a Terran, right? Okay. So we'll put this pylon here. So, it is a really high level defense. Because you need to have like the right amount of drones, which I forget, like maybe 40 or something, at least 36. And you have to have really good injects, and you have to be able to inject under pressure. Alright, so now we'll go and scout. Go 1, 2, 3, and send him back to gas or something. Ooh, I almost mineral stacked that guy. As we get into Masters League, I'll start mineral stacking and showing you guys nice tricks with that to make it easier. And you know, we're not worrying about it. You know, we don't care. This level optimization is not going to be what gets you Diamond 2. You know, there are bigger issues in the world than like the 10 extra minerals you get from like perfectly mineral stacking. Alright, so it's a full wall off, okay? So we can't really get into his base. So it could be a one base type of strategy. That's fine. I gotta look at the mini map. Normally I'll send these two guys down to grab one mineral piece and then go into gas, but we won't worry about it. Open up stalkers. You know, they do pretty good. They're pretty easy unit. I don't have to micro them a whole lot. And then it's gonna be important to drop the shield battery really quickly, especially against any kind of one base shenanigans, because you never know, it could be like cyclones, like really fast cyclones coming out of the way. Oh, it is a Reaper. Not even gonna worry about any of this stuff. And then, especially against Terran, I typically prefer to put my tech here. This is also why we get the shield battery pretty quickly. Help out with that, and then the other stalker can go guard the ramp over here. A nice little trick is you can just patrol here. Makes it a little bit nice, because they do have an acceleration. And we're just keeping that acceleration maximum, so it's easier for them to chase the Reaper when it pops up. We'll go ahead and grab our Twilight Council, and then we'll go ahead and make our 2 pylons for building. Put this guy back. Alright, the only thing we need left now is start making our immortals. We'll send these guys to guard the front. Make sure I keep getting these probes up because I want to get to 16. We're not worrying about cutting probes to drop tech and everything faster. We don't care. Hit that with 1 chrono. The reason when you're doing like this kind of fast robo, you don't really need to cut any probes because it just takes so long to get these guys out. You know. Anyway, that you can always kind of go up to enough. We'll get an early plop 1 sentry to build up energy. Take a look here. Go ahead and make that War Prism. And eventually, when we start playing against Terrans who can do like the 420, 430 Widowmine trap, we'll start making we'll actually make a observer first. And the reason for that is because we want to defend the Widowmine drop, so that makes our attack a little bit slower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Go ahead and attack him. Then 1, 2, 3. Then we'll make a couple of zealots, and we'll go ahead and make this and make our observer, and we'll move out. Maybe over here. Seems like a safe place. We don't know, his army could be over here. And we'll put this guy here. Everything looking good. A couple more warp ins. Nice little safety area here. We'll go ahead and just put 2 pylons instead of the 3. Because we hit a pretty quick timing. I think this is a pretty good timing. If I can get this a little bit closer. We don't expect him to have a CC here. We don't expect him to be that greedy. Alright, cool. Try doing a Widowmine drop. Go ahead and bust this open. We still 1A in our way to victory over here, just wrecking all of this stuff. Bring this sentry over here to add its help. Maybe we can pick these 4 guys up and attack over here. Good game. Tried to type it to him, said it. Please be less than 100 APM. I feel like it's gone up. So one thing that's kind of boosted my APM is I went and adjusted my keyboard repeat rate to be a little bit faster. So when I warp in, it's a lot faster. So that's gonna boost my APM up. But we're about up to 100 APM now. Let's see. This was PVT. Win. Nothing special. Hopefully we didn't insult that guy too much with the nothing special meme. What do you think, Sinister? Does the gameplay still look pretty doable? Hopefully I'm not switching screens too quickly. Metric. This is the guy we played last time, right? I'm gonna do the same thing against him. Make pylon. So when I'm making this pylon, what I'm trying to do is make it so it has enough coverage, so that way I have like I could put like a gateway like here and like a cybernetics core here, maybe another pylon or something, to try and like get like a great wall, right? I usually like to put the gateway kind of like right here. So it's harder for Reapers and stuff to get in there. A little bit more of a, almost like a trap. Because at higher levels, you can just like plug the wall with a probe, and that Reaper will die. Oh yeah, we need a scout, so we'll go ahead and send this guy over and send him back to minerals. Send him here. And then my scouting probe usually like the hotkey to 1. So I can tab to him. I can tab back here. Not tab, but like press hotkey 5. I'm not even worrying about engineer blade blocks. I don't really care about them at this point. Right? I'm kind of hoping someone engineer blade blocks me eventually, so that way I can kind of show you how best to deal with it. Like this, grab our pylon. After we have these two down, we can go back to making probes. We want to take this gas as fast as possible. Sometimes you can skip this probe to make this gas if you're fast enough. If not, then make the probe and then make the gas. We'll hotkey these guys. So if my probe kind of goes off like this, you kind of know he's doing a full wall, so we can just send this back. Alright, we'll go ahead and make this, and chrono boost. Make Stalker, make cybernetics core research, and then it's important to get the shield battery down roughly as quickly as possible. I can just grab minerals. Now, if you're getting a lot of Reaper pressure, just go ahead and hit a second chrono on the Stalker. Just come down here. See if we can cut him off. Oh no, cannot. Wanted to try harder. We 100% could have killed that Reaper, but just, yeah, trying to let's keep the micro to a minimum. We don't need to kill every Reaper. We'll go ahead and make these. Go ahead and make this pylon here, so that way we can trap the Reaper if he does come in. We want this guy to be on patrol. We can put this guy on patrol. So sometimes this can fool people into thinking that we're actually looking at our units. Gotta make one more pylon because these are 2 pylons here from the 2 techs. Keep making probes, keep checking probes, look on the mini map, look at the time, start looking at the time now. Because especially against Terran, it's gonna be important to know what time their attacks come. So like, is it the attack timing that I am gonna look for eventually is gonna be the 420 Widowmine drop. Someday that'll hit. When this finishes, we'll go ahead and make 1 sentry. We can start making our gateways. I want to make some Immortal, Chrono Boost. And I'm looking at my gas, like I didn't have quite 100 gas, so that's why I delayed the Chrono Boost on this one. You know, so a lot of my gas usage, or my Chrono Boost, is also kind of dependent upon how much gas I have. And my gateway drops is dependent upon how many minerals I have, right? So I want to make sure I get my units out, my attack timing units out as quickly as possible. And go ahead and grab this observer. Maybe you can get 1 more of these guys. Boom, boom. This is my 1 pylon. We have 3 pylons now. Right. We'll go ahead and drop 1 shield battery at home because that Reaper hasn't killed himself yet, so then we'll wait until this this warp prism is out. And we'll come over and attack. Over here is a pretty good spot. Warp in a couple guys. Come down here. We'll warp in a couple pylons. And then we can grab our Templar Archives. You see him here. So maybe we'll put one guy to defend it. You know, this Stalker is defending pretty well. We can bring him with us. We'll attack. Hit this with that. Alright, we'll bring him back. We want to keep the we want to keep zealots alive because these are our hard hitters. We want to keep these zealots kind of alive. Or yeah, not zealots alive. You want to keep your army with the zealots. Guardian shield. One A. This is our heavy hitter. Keep him back. These immortals are kind of the main thrust of our attack, so I feel like I'm missing 1 gateway. 2, 4, 6, but maybe not. Like a true Terran, he's expanding in the face of danger. So he's flying away, so what we're going to do to break into him is we're going to pick up our 1 Archon and 1 Immortal. We had 2 Immortals, we picked those guys up. We're going to fly around back. And we're going to drop these 2 guys here, warp in, and then we'll go up the ramp. Good game. I think it's entirely doable for 3D players, D3 players. Okay, perfect. So we need 200 more MMRs. That's like 10 and 20 wins to get out of Diamond 3. What a pain. I'm gonna take a quick be right back to go to the bathroom. Hello, test. Okay. One of the main things I'm hoping to teach you guys in these games is don't try too hard to win. Okay. You're definitely not trying too hard to win. Ugh, I'll have to fix that later. And like a lot of people, when we first attacked, you know, they might get too scared and they'll give up the attack. You know, I just pull back, warp in some units, and attack again. You know, if you don't, you know, like, it is worth the loss. What are we playing on Zerg? It is worth the loss to know whether or not you can actually win the game or not, right? So, like, so I attacked, you know, I was like, oh, well, he killed all my zealots. So we'll just back up with my non-zealot army and keep warping in some zealots, and then we'll go attack again. Then we'll back up with my non-zealot army, warp in some zealots, and attack again, right? Just kind of keep doing it until you win or lose. And then after you have enough losses, you can go and figure out, like, hey, you know, of the games that I've lost that are similar, you know, how can I not lose, right? Like, how many Marines, like, how big should his army be for me to, like, not attack it? And then instead of attack you right away, now you send in your observer, and all your observer looks is like, does that look like an amount of units I can kill? And the answer is either yes or no. But the only way you can ever get that knowledge is by, so we see a spawning pool. It's not quite done yet. So in this situation, but it's almost done. This situation, you want to skip your probe, and then you want to make a zealot. Right, so this is like the trick one where they show up really quick. We're still gonna skip the probe, then we're gonna make the gateway. So this is almost like a 12 pool. It's meant to kind of trick you into like not making the zealot, because you don't normally make the zealot. And we don't even need to chrono boost this zealot. And then we'll keep skipping this one, and we'll go ahead and make this. Now we're safe, right? Now we can go back to making robes and stuff. And then you want to chrono boost out when this finishes. You want to chrono boost out your adept. Yeah, I think I should have made this a little sooner, but my timings are off a little bit. Because he probably made some Zerglings and he probably turned them around by now. So. And then to make up for it, we can just hit one chrono boost on our probes. We'll make our stalker, and then everything goes back to normal, right? We kind of averted the Zergling attack. In a previous replay, or in a previous game in Plat 3, we chose not to scout this, and you know they would come and attack our pylon, and we defended. So now we don't. So now we kind of technically defended without having to defend too hard. And now we have this extra zealot, which is fine. If you want, you can send this zealot over here. And the purpose of that zealot is to look for like the overlord drop. Or you can put the zealot into the mineral patches to help protect in case he does a zealot drop, you know, or a Zergling drop. All right. Everything's looking pretty good. Need to make one more pylon. You always want to make a pylon over here. Oh, okay. So this is a rush. All right, good game. I don't think we're gonna win this one, so. Pretty much at the, I think below Masters, probably even below Masters 1, this Zerg strategy is an auto win strategy. I'm just not going to worry about it. EVT win. And so nothing special. EVZ loss, and this was Roach Rush. Yeah. So if you ever encounter this strategy in ladder, just don't worry about it. It's an auto loss. I don't really think many people are going to be able to defend that, because it takes like some aggressive scouting. Alright, we should be back. I'm not even gonna worry about teaching you guys how to defend that strategy at this point, because I think it'll distract you from the more important things in life. So it's kind of like trying to defend Void Rays at the platinum level. It's not worth it. We absolutely don't care about defending Void Rays at platinum level. Just like we don't care about defending the Roach Rush at the diamond level. So we see this over here. He goes ahead and throws down a hatchery. We'll send 5 drones down, but we'll send 2 probes right now to go and challenge him. So, and we'll take a quick look around here while he's blocking us. Just go ahead and make this, right, we got it. Go ahead and make this. And then back up here. And we'll go ahead and make this. I think this might be the same guy. We'll see. Bring down. We'll go ahead and make our adept. Don't be tempted to make a stalker and kill this just yet, you know, just be safe. Where do I want to place this? I guess we'll just full wall, no problem. We'll 100% be super safe against any kind of bailing shenanigans. Yep. We'll go ahead and chrono boost this, because I know you guys probably feel pretty uncomfortable with that Overlord, so we'll just chrono boost. And then we'll get underneath him and then attack. And we'll build 1 backup pylon, which I forgot to do last game. Which is good. And then we'll build a pylon up here. And we only have enough money for an observer, so we'll go ahead and build that right now and hit that with the chrono boost. Sky on 3 and hit that immortal. If you feel like you can scout, you'd want to send the observer over here to see if you can see a spire, but we won't worry about it. That'd be the with Robo. With Scout, you always want to scout what you're most weak against. Robo, you know, this build doesn't shoot up. Okay, this build does not shoot up, so we want to scout whatever up is, you know, and up is going to be Mutas. Go ahead and make the War Prism. And by the time we get to the War Prism, we should have all of our gateways. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That with a chrono boost. Now we'll make our three pylons. Maybe make one pylon over here in case of Nidus worms. This guy back on the minerals. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we can pick up these two and drop them. Pick up these two, and we'll make our final tech. And drop these guys. Actually, we'll keep this guy though, in case he tries to break down our wall. Okay, now we're just gonna come over here, I guess. This will probably be a good staging area. Open these guys. Bring them over. When these zealots come with our army, we'll be ready. That buys us enough time to drop a couple more pylons. We can send this observer in so he doesn't die. Warp in. Right here should be some good vision. And we're going to attack here. We'll warp in some more stuff. And we're going to attack. We can pack this guy up, bring him just a tiny bit closer. Warp in a couple whatevers. These guys over. Bring these guys a little bit closer. Doesn't look like it's working out so hot, so we'll run away a little bit. Bring our observer over. Bring everybody over. Warp in a bunch. Pick up 4 guys. Bring them into the main base. Warp in a bunch of guys up here. Maybe we'll take out this. Bring him back. Alright, so maybe really defensive. Well, I guess what we can do is make some more immortals. Go ahead and make a couple of these. This guy back. We'll just head back here. Head back home. Kill our War Prism. Maybe we'll go for Colossi. So put some guys in gas. Make a second Robo. It doesn't look like he's going for Mutas, so. And we'll just take our expansion. Uh-oh. Wants to attack us. Not looking like a good idea. Just donating blood to the blood god. Okay. We can get the Exenothermal Lance. Make some probes, and this guy here. We'll make a forge. And we'll kind of like get like a re-wall kind of going on here. Like this. Put somebody here. And go up to that Archon, or not Archons, but we're also gonna need a closer shield battery, because this one doesn't reach that guy. A couple Colossi. Gonna warp in a couple more Archons, because we have a lot of gas. Keep making some probes. Go for the +1. Okay, we got this. Keep hitting these guys with our endless amounts of chrono boosts. The reason we go for the forge so that we can make a couple cannons for defense here and the shield battery. We also want a couple backup pylon. We want a backup pylon. Do we have enough? Maybe warp in a couple stalkers. They have just more layers of attack. And we got, this looks pretty good. We'll go and attempt the attack again. Well, this time we'll come down here. Because maybe he expanded down there. And while we attack, we'll just hit one more next. Alright, now we got a lot more army. I should probably work on one sentry for the Guardian Shield, huh? Try to keep our army together, so we're gonna run back and then attack forward. These guys are not even really microing too well, but it's alright. This guy needs to get into the fight, but you know, he'll figure out how. Somebody will die and let him in. There we go. We got that one. So that's kind of how to transition if your attack isn't working, and how to, like, you know, try to vary the attack. Get a very good defense. Is our APM hopefully not too high? Okay. EVZ, win, held, first, push. Very nice job by him, though. Very nice job. I can definitely, hopefully you guys can see, like, I definitely feel like there is a large gap between your Diamond 3 players and your Platinum players. Or maybe, like, was this guy Diamond 2? Maybe I'm just playing Diamond 2 players. No, he's Diamond 3. Yeah. Like these guys are feeling immensely a lot more stronger than your than your Platinum players. Like, I guarantee, like, you know, you take any of the Platinum 1 players that I played against, you put them against, like, probably this Zerg guy, and I would bet, like, this Zerg guy would win by at least 4 out of 5 games against a Platinum 1 player, if not all 5. So that's 8 out of 2 or 8 out of 10 games, if not all 10. So these guys are feeling almost like twice as strong. So I can probably sympathize with a lot of people who are stuck in Platinum 1 that don't know how to improve. They're just getting completely pooped on anytime they play against a Diamond. Because even even I can feel the strength of these Diamond players. 3 win, don't count. I wonder if I'll have a similar feeling like going from Diamond 1 to Masters 3. But so far, it has not really felt like a smooth transition, or at least halfway through Diamond 3, it feels like the skill level just kind of jumps up quite a bit. I'd say like, yeah, definitely feels like a 500 MMR jump technically. The Bearded Sane. Sounds like a Hupsea name. What is Psi STC? A lot more interesting clan names here in the lower ranks. Alright, I forgot what I was playing against Terran. Okay. So how you choose what side you want to usually wall on is usually the side that the Widow Mine Trap come in on. This is not a great map for any kind of in-base Reaper walls. So I guess right here would probably be a good spot because that gives me coverage to the wall here as much as possible. Yeah. This is not a good map for my style of PvP. There's no way for me to really trap a Reaper in here. Oh yeah, we need to go scout. We'll send him back in there. Ah. Oh. Click off, click on. Go ahead and make this guy. We'll make our Nexus. Make a pylon. So I'm skipping a probe to make this pylon. And then I'll make the probe. And then I'll take I got off gas here to make the gas. Then we see this. Okay. Give him a little kiss and then go to gas. Over here, we take a look. We see a Reaper. Okay. We'll go ahead and make a Stalker, get that chrono boost. We also saw a double gas, so I probably want to make this. Die into the dust. Make this as soon as possible. Hit another chrono on this guy to feel safe. We'll go I'll go ahead and make this down here. There's no real good spot to make a robo up here. So that Reaper didn't really come across the map too quickly. Interesting. Guess I'll put this in my mineral line over here because I don't know where to put it. I usually veto this map, so I don't have a lot of experience on it. So we got our Twilight, we got our Robo. This is a fast warp in, which is good. Let's keep making our probes. That Reaper. Uh-oh. No. Hello. So that's fine. We'll pull everybody out of gas. Except for maybe one. A good cheese. We'll go ahead and get the Twilight Council. Add another dude. Make the Robo facility. We'll go ahead and make a bunch of gateways for a counterattack. I'll make. Oh my god, this guy's cheesing us. Alright, so I guess I'm cheating a little bit, using maybe a little bit more skill than I ought to. This guy. He is a cheesy McCheesy man. Whipping 3 guys over here. Cheesy McCheese face. Where can we go here? That's right. We need more gateways. He doesn't see us. I mean, where's my pylons? Alright, well. Send this guy back. Poor guy. Come on, up in. Make sure we gotta get to our gates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, we're a little bit more than 8, but I always want to warp it. Wait until we warp in enough stuff. Timing is everything. And then 1-8, bam. Now this is only possible because we built a bunch of gateways. Oh man, I guess we gotta build a couple of stalkers. Then we go and click on this guy. We're gonna bring an observer in case he goes for. He's going for Thor's too. What the hell? This guy must be a rough fan. Alright, I feel bad. We played that game like at least a Masters 2 player, so. Look, Widow. Let's put M2 here. That can be a freebie fun game for you guys. We played that one a little too well. Even though the APM was still pretty low, I played that one maybe a little too well. But so some of the key things from that game to remember, even if your Diamond 3 is like, if you do take a lot of damage from a Widow Mine onto your probes, you need to pull guys out of gas. Put those guys onto minerals. You can get gas later. You need to stabilize your macro. Macro is minerals. Okay, that's the key thing. Your Nexus cost minerals, gateways cost minerals, pylons cost minerals. Most of your units cost a lot of minerals in relation to your gas. All of your core macro is minerals. So you need to make sure you have a healthy mineral economy. Having 400 or 500 gas isn't gonna help you much unless you're able to make archons. We are making archons there, so we need to pull guys out of gas. We can always put guys back in the gas when we need gas. but we can't convert gas into minerals, right? Minerals is typically more important than gas in the early and mid part of the game. Here, cheese pizza, yeah. Karens usually like cheese pizza with an extra side of salt. Now, to be fair, I don't watch a lot of Protoss streams, but I feel like Zerg and Terran players probably... Well, I guess I do watch a lot of Protoss streams, never mind. In my experience, Terran and Zerg players are the saltiest players on the internet. They're always quick to accuse people of like, oh man, stupid cheeser, and then they like cheese half their games. Yeah, they cheese more than anybody. Oh yeah, that's right. I don't want to scout too hard. Go back here. All right, make the Nexus. Make a probe. Like this probe will make thingamajigger. Oh man, I didn't wall this properly, so we'll figure out how to fix it. Like this maybe. Make a probe after that. Make it this. Take a quick peek. That looks fine. You'll get used to looking at stuff and determining if it's almost done or not. This guy goes in the gas. And we'll just put like a shield battery here and hope we don't get banely busted through this way. Your higher level Zergs will know when they see like, oh, he messed up his wall. And make an adept. And make the shield battery. On this map, you can actually full wall because you can take this down. So get these guys in here, fix the rally, check these guys, make sure they're okay. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll just full wall. And make sure we got probes. Once the probes are coming, like about, you can make this stalker. We'll bring the stalker on the outside of the wall to help protect against banelings in our one vital area. We'll go ahead and make our first tech. A couple probes. We'll send this guy over here, protect our vital areas. Make our second tech. Now we want to make 2 pylons. And make a backup pylon here that covers our shield battery. And we'll make a staging pylon here for our gateways. When you get higher up on the ladder, you can probably try and make your staging pylon somewhere that will be more hidden from overlords, but they don't care right now. So, make our immortal, hit that with a chrono boost. I'm 14 out of 16 here, so we're done making probes. Hit this charge, hit that chrono boost. If this guy comes out, we'll grab him. Check my front, make sure I'm not being attacked. We are being attacked, but these guys are in a held position, so they're not going to run away and donate themselves to the Zerg Liberation cause. Check in this to make sure I can build an immortal. That with the chrono boost. Come back over here. Get ready to make at least 1 more, if not 2 more. So one pattern we kind of know is we go 2, we go immortal, then we go 2, we go immortal, and then 2. Right? And then we kind of go chrono boost, more prism, and we can go 1, 2. We're at 2, 4, 6, 8. Looking pretty good. Make a backup pylon here. Make a pylon over here. Make a pylon over here. Just give us good base vision in case, you know, Nidus is. If a Nidus is gonna happen, it's gonna happen already. But you know, in the future, there might be Niduses. Give ourselves some vision. Right. Go ahead and do a little bit of a warp in. We'll take some of our stuff and head to our staging area. Want to make our 3 our final 3 pylons. Bring this guy to our staging area and make our archives. Even though we don't make the archons right away, we'll make them eventually. Oh, we see a base. Maybe we'll attack this one first. Gold base it is, huh? We can bring this guy and maybe just set him up over here for now. Bring this a tiny bit closer. Be very careful when bringing this stuff close. Grr. Alright. Another free win. Technically. DBZ to our nice timing attack. Win. Last gold? Question mark? And this is kind of the power of like timing attacks. Is one thing you'll start learning is like when you're able to scout better with like faster sentries, or maybe keep your probe on the map, or you get like you open up observer first. Now, because when we start transitioning to more macro play, maybe we'll open up observer first and then go into like a 2-base all-in or something. Like try to figure out some way to scout, because once you figure out like what you can and cannot kill with whatever 2-base all-in opening that you're doing, then all you need to do is scout what you can kill and what you can't, and then you just choose whether or not you do 2-base all-in or you choose not to. If I know I can kill them based on their opening or based on how much damage I've done to them early on, like maybe if I can kill 5 drones with an adept, I know I can win with the 2-base all-in kind of thing. Then you can make those educated decisions where, okay, this person's clearly made the wrong decision in the game, so we'll 2-base all-in. This guy's clearly made the right decisions in the game, so we're not gonna 2-base all-in, right? Chuba. Alright, let's see how long we've been streaming. Should be able to see that somewhere, but this might be my last game. Yeah, okay, hour 40. Yeah, this is my last game. I gotta get to bed to work tomorrow. I haven't streamed the last couple of days because when they go see Kung Fu Panda 4, me and the wife only have free time after the daughter goes to bed, and she goes to bed around 9:30, 10 o'clock sometimes. So Friday, instead of doing any streaming or continuing the series, me and the wife went to go see Kung Fu Panda 4. And then last night, we went to go see Dune 2. Dune Part 2. And then tonight I was pretty tired. I didn't want to stream, but since I didn't stream the series in a couple days, I was like, alright, well, I'll continue it tonight for you guys. Maybe tomorrow we might continue it or not, just as how tired I am. And how hard it is for the daughter to go to bed. Like, we almost canceled it tonight because she was not tired. She didn't want to go to bed. Like, it's almost 1 a.m. here. Okay, we see this almost finished, and we see gas, right? So, typically, what we're going to do is we'll metagame this a little bit. So, typical 12 pool doesn't go gas first, okay? We'll make one zealot. So this is either the only reason to go gas first is either fast speed or roaches. Okay, we'll go ahead and grab this. We've got the second pylon. So I'm going to anticipate that this is a roach rush or a baneling bust. Most likely, it's going to be a roach rush. So to beat that, we're just not going to expand for a while. We'll just go up to like full saturation, stuff like that. We'll go ahead and grab a couple of shield batteries. And we're saving up for stalkers. The stalkers are good against banelings, they're good against roaches. We're gonna want to make Another pylon. Wait, where did my zealot go? Oops. Oh, we got him alive. Tried to hold position, that guy. Maybe we'll sneak in a robo facility. See if we can sneak this guy in. We'll try to go up to like 20 probes here. He might still abandon the strategy. So, if he does, that's fine. Make a sentry. So right now is decision like, do you want to cut to go for faster expansion, or do you want to keep making units because he might come and attack you? Now he might see this is too much to defend, but we'll go ahead and make a couple more units, and then we'll drop this expansion here. I want to say it's almost always okay to go ahead and make a couple extra units, because we keep making probes, and we definitely have the worker lead on this guy, 100%. This time we're going to go observer first, and we're going to take a look at what he's got going on. We also have this the sentry. The main reason I'm kind of going observer first, and we'll go straight into our build. The main reason I'm going observer first is because if he was going to attack, he was probably going to attack already, so we're probably safe. Is this a little bit of a gamble? We're probably safe to kind of go for the observer first. Now, the other two things that this build could be now is swarm hosts and 2-base muta, right? So he could have gone for very fast layer and going 2-base muta, which would suck because we're going robo, and he might have saw that. The other thing is that he could be gone for swarm hosts. Oh, he's going for lurkers. This is like the worst thing in the world for him to do, because we are going like the most anti-lurker army possible, you know. So we don't see an expansion, so we can kind of pop this up over here, and we can just kind of go start dropping our stuff down. So we know from the Platinum League that somebody did this to us, and we just crushed them. Go ahead and get this over here before we make any more gateways, because we killed the fast lurker guy with this build. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And all of these pylons are now fast weapons. And then we'll go for Archons. Throw this guy over here. So we'll take this guy. Take all of these guys out. Put an adept in the wall. Weapon a couple of these guys. Now we want to move out, so we'll go ahead and drop three of these. And we'll throw one extra thing for you guys. We'll put one guy here. This is something I personally like doing. I don't know if it's good or what other people would say. We know this is a good staging area because his army is not there. Is I know I'm going to run out of minerals here, so I'm going to take 3 guys and go here, right? This will keep my mineral income a little bit stronger on the top part. And we'll make one more observer, because the only way he can really hold this attack is if he kills my observer. We're gonna need this observer. We'll go ahead and attack this thing. A little bit of that supply block. We'll move this a tiny bit closer. Usually moving weapons in closer is a little bit of a risk. We want to keep this observer alive, so we're gonna 1A and try and keep this observer alive. Alright, all I'm doing is microing the observer. 1A, micro the observer. Boom. Yeah, he really needed to go mutas. want to keep this observer up. Yeah. Oh, he was gonna Nidus me with like over here, and lurker me with the Nidus worms. Oh wow. That cheesy guy. That chumba. Getting children to bed is always difficult, I would assume. It can be. Like, I don't want to go to bed, right? So I think getting adults into bed is, lurker Nidus. So, anytime you see like a 12 pool or 14 pool double gas, usually you can assume that the only possible things that they can be doing is like a Baneling bus or Roach Ravager. And then what you also have to think about with these kind of builds is that he's got drones into gas, right? He's getting at least 100 gas. That's at least 100 minerals he doesn't have. Remember, minerals is macro, okay? So if he's mining, so to mine that gas, he has to give up 100 minerals, which means his hatcheries are going to be 100 minerals late or slower. That's going to be like 2 drones less he'll have just from the ability to produce them. He had to sacrifice a drone to make the extractor, and he had to pay for that extractor a little bit earlier than he would have wanted to, right? So that's like another couple drones. So if you're making probes the whole time, he's already sacrificing macro economy. So the macro economy is gonna be your minerals, right? Minerals make overlords, make hatcheries, to make drones. So he's sacrificing macro to get something faster. But you're not sacrificing macro on your end. Right? The only macro you're technically sacrificing is maybe the Nexus, right? Getting a slower Nexus. So your economy is higher because you didn't sacrifice drones, you know, especially if you make Zerglings, those are not drones, right? So the only thing you need to worry about is not dying. And then you want to go into what's really important is you want to get out like at least a couple stalkers right away, and then get like, see if you can sneak out a sentry. Sometimes I'll go sentry zealot. So I'll go like, you know, my first zealot, then I'll go a couple stalkers, then I'll go sentry zealot if I can't afford to go sentry stalker, or I'll go sentry adept, right? Because it's really important to either drop down tech if you were to do a counterattack, or to get that sentry, because you want to scout how greedy they're going macro wise, because they could technically open up a very poor macro strategy in hopes that you will overcommit to a defense, and then they'll just drone like mad and get ahead that way, right? Because they've kind of mind gamed you. So it's important to be able to scout, like maybe you send a couple adepts across the map, like that's usually what you'll see like higher level players do. That's usually what I'll do when I'm playing at my level, is I'll try to go like maybe zealot 2 stalkers into 2 adepts, or I might go zealot 2 adepts into 2 stalkers, because I can use those adepts to run across the map and get that scouting, and the adepts can kill drones as a punishment. So if he is like fighting army like Zerglings and stuff that make a bunch of drones, you can probably kill a bunch of drones with those adepts to help get you back into the game and prevent him from getting massively ahead, right? So you want to think of like, how can I defend in a way that gives me the ability to punish the opponent typically, right? So that's why like maybe in PvP you'll defend with a Stargate, because the Stargate gives the ability to make oracles that you can use to kill probes if they tricked you. But this kind of stuff I wouldn't worry about too much at the lower level. Like I said, it depends is how often you play against a certain strategy, right? Like if a lot of people you notice are opening up in a certain way,
Like if everybody's opening up like basically 12 pool gas or 14 pool gas, then maybe you start worrying about, okay, how do I beat the strategy? Otherwise, just lose to it and move on. You know, it doesn't matter. If you're only playing against like one person out of out of all the games tonight, you know, if we're just playing against like one person that's Roach Ravager rushing or doing a super fast Roach rush, just take the loss, right? I can still win every game minus against the strategy, because how often am I playing? Like we can take a look. I've been labeling these replays mostly pretty good, and we can see like how often do you see the same strategies repeat themselves? Not usually, not enough for you to get bent out of shape with, not enough for you to like care too much about. And if you ever start to, that's why we label our replays. If we ever start to like, oh, okay, like I'm starting to notice a lot of losses to Roach Rush. Okay, maybe we look at those replays and figure out how we can beat Roach Rush, or we message these people, say, hey, you know, you want to be my friend, or can you help me practice against Roach Rush? I'm having a lot of trouble against it. Or you come and ask like me, or you come and ask like another higher level player, you know, like how can I beat the Roach Rush? Can you send me a replay or something like that? Right? Maybe start YouTubing or Googling how to beat the Roach Rush or how to beat the Void Rays. Like we never practiced. I never talked about. We never even cared about learning how to beat Void Rays. And this was Platinum 3. I got to Diamond 3 right now without ever carrying or adjusting anything I've done to hold off those Void Rays, right? Like those one-off strategies, if you're not encountering them a lot, they're not these strategies, these cheeses are not what is stopping you from getting to the next level. Right? Even these this proxy hatch over here, right? If you look at all the proxy hatches, you know, like proxy, like I think this is the first time we had a Club Widowmine, you know. These are not worth you changing your builds for. They're not worth sweating over. They're not worth, you know, crying on Reddit over, right? Because, you know, we've only ever played against one cannon rusher, right? And that was back here, and this looks like it was in Plat 3. It's the only time we've been cannon rushed in PvP, right? You know. So yeah, so just keep practicing your build order, keep practicing your fundamentals, right? Keep practicing your scouting, and you will get better, right? Don't lose faith in your build because you lost to somebody who couldn't be beaten, right? Like there's a bunch of people here that we couldn't beat with 1A, you know, they didn't die in the first attack, but then we fought against another Zerg who basically like I think where was he? This fast gold guy, he just instantly died, right? This guy just instantly died into the attack, and we're not even trying to hide it. We're not even trying to hide our attack. He just died. So hopefully that's hopefully if I could teach you guys anything, it's to not get upset about losing to certain types of strategies, especially if they're not common, right? If they're not common, then those strategies are not the reason you're not Diamond 2. They're not the reason you're not Masters. These strategies that you play maybe 1 out of 10 games are not the reason you're not getting promoted, right? The reason you're not getting promoted is probably because your build order is trash, right? Pretty much every game that I've played up until maybe a little bit recently this stream is I just make a build order and I win, right? Just make sure my build order is somewhat decent and I just win. And only recently have we had to start like microing a little bit. So I'll leave you guys with that. You guys have a good night. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. It depends on how tired I am, depends on how the daughter is, you know, stuff like that. So no promises, but the one thing I will promise you guys is eventually we'll finish this series in like Masters 1 or Grandmaster.